have to be about you, because if you're not about you, no one will be about you. It's an energetic thing. It's just a law. It's just the truth. You have to think you are the most beautiful, amazing, most attractive, most like energetic, charismatic, magnetic girl that there is, confident woman around, for people that think the same. Just like you have to think you're attractive for other people to think you're attractive. You see what I mean? Today was looking mad like it wanted to snow, but then it didn't snow. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Today, I just wanted to share some advice that will change your life. Sometimes you just need an injection, like a shot, something that will just push you, something that will just nudge you in the direction you are already going, because God is already mindful of you. Stop worrying about everything else except yourself. You have to commit to the bit of who you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to do. This is like big sister advice. I don't have a sister. I don't have a little sister. I don't have any sisters, period. So let me be the one, young Padawan, young, like, let me just tell you that you have to commit to the bit. Like, I know you wanna, I'm just gonna focus on the areas that are bothering you the most, which are either your health, wealth, or relationships. Okay. It's one of those three. Either like something doesn't look right in one of those areas. And this advice is all you need to make it look right. Stop worrying about everything else except yourself. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on where you're going. Keep your eyes on what you and God talked about. Keep your eyes on the girl that you said you wanted to be. I'm saying that because like so many people are not focused on themselves. You're focused on everything outside of yourself. Even focusing on the circumstances in your life over focusing on like yourself in the like your actual how you're behaving during the day, how you're relating to yourself during the day. That is the same thing as not focusing on yourself. If you're not focusing on yourself, you feel kind of subpar to everything else, because of course you're not going to be something else. You're going to be yourself no matter what you do. So like if you don't become obsessed with you, if you don't become obsessed with how God made you, if you don't become obsessed with where God has you in your game, because this is a simulation after all, then you're just going to be focused on like everything happening around you. You'll be focused on whatever people are doing online. You'll be focused on a billion different things that could have happened or should happen or might happen, a million different possibilities, so much so that you actually don't do anything. Like you look at it at the end of the day and like you don't actually do much. You just do what's expected of you. And then the rest of the time you spend watching TV, watching Netflix, reading forever. I can't be against reading forever. I'm a Kindle girly. But you know what I mean? Like you just spend more time giving your time to people than giving your time to yourself, because you're not obsessed with yourself. You're in survival mode. If you're simply existing and simply like going to work, coming back, going to school, coming back, studying, whatever, spending time with your friends, there's a time and a place for that, obviously. But also make sure that you're doing things that are in line with the gifts that God gave you. Like I'm not saying everyone has to start a business tomorrow. Everyone has to be an entrepreneur. Everyone has to be on social media, like outward facing. I actually am a big believer in the fact that everyone should be on social media in one way or another, not as a spectator only, but as a creator. Like you have thoughts in your head. Maybe you don't want to share those thoughts online, but maybe you want to share them in a notebook. Like you have to be creating content. You have to be creating more than you're consuming. Otherwise you'll get ingested. See what I mean? Like your body is a really, really, really good example of this. No matter what you do, you have something called your basal metabolic rate. And your basal metabolic rate, if you're not obsessed with weight loss like I was, is the rate at which your body burns calories while you're sedentary, while you're doing nothing, no matter what, based on your muscle mass and your height and your metabolism. Your body is always consuming to run. Now imagine if your body, which is the blueprint for life itself, because life imitates art, not the other way around. Imagine if it just consumed, and never created energy from that consumption. You wouldn't exist. So why is it that you're okay with just consuming, and never creating? Allow yourself to create. Allow yourself to express. You can't keep all of this energy in you suppressed, because it'll start to live in your body. And it lives in your hips. It lives in your, how do I explain it? It's like there's a vagus nerve that runs from the bottom of your spine up to your brainstem, basically. And this nerve regulates absolutely everything. So if you're stressed, if you're high cortisol, if you're high all of these things, then you're basically polluting your body in micro doses at all times, which we don't want to do. Instead of worrying about what someone else is doing, be concerned with what you're doing. Think about like, this is where Pinterest comes in. Pinterest is a girls only destination. Okay. No wedding. Are y'all gonna have a destination wedding? I'm gonna have a destination wedding. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be, I really want like a vacation for my wedding guests, wedding party, so that they always remember it like fondly in their hearts. Like, oh, that one time we went to XYZ location for Zozo's wedding. Yeah, thinking about like how you can do a new hairstyle. How can I change up my style? What new makeup looks can I try? And if you're not into makeup, maybe you are. Maybe you should try it. Like, maybe you should give it a shot. It's literally so much fun. How can I change up my style? How can I wear different things? How can I like source different looks? Even spending time filling carts that you don't necessarily have to check out completely, but like you can just be like yesterday, truly, yesterday I was in tears on the floor. I don't know, a luteal phase or something. I don't know. I was just in tears on the floor thinking about life. And then today I'm filming and I was like, shopping isn't bad. I like that I shopped and I like my look. This is like a new me. New year, new me. New year, new me. Like all of a sudden I felt good because I wasn't crying on the floor in my hoodie and my leggings. I'm wearing my sweater. You know what I mean? So like as a woman, okay, and we know this, as a woman, how you look is, I don't want to say directly correlated, but it's directly correlated to how you feel. Second is how you treat yourself is correlated to how you feel. So like those two things are interconnected themselves, how you treat yourself and how you look. Do you see why people like to exploit women in terms of marketing and like spending money on solutions that help them do those two things? Because it's intrinsically tied to our emotional state. I don't know why. It's the burden of beauty, I tell you. I don't know what more to say. It's the burden of beauty, An artist doesn't beg its subjects, but the art itself speaks in a language that cannot be ignored. No, but like those two things, right? How you look, how you treat yourself. How you look, how you treat yourself. And it's not in a punishing, weird way, but like how you look, how you present yourself. I think I should say that better. How you present yourself. There was a time in my life where I honestly, just because of where I grew up and like the people I grew up with, I just thought I was the most unattractive person. I thought everyone else was like so beautiful and so stunning and so gorgeous, just so amazing and just otherworldly. And I was just like, oh, well, I don't know why me. Like I remember viscerally walking by my reflection in the freaking mall when I was 8 years old and saying, why does my skin look like this? Why is my skin like this? As if it's like a worst thing ever. And I was so upset. And that level of being upset can't be reasoned with the 8-year-old mind at all, because I saw it as like a fundamental flaw. And it's something that I literally can't change. But as I got older, I don't know what happened. Prefrontal cortex came in, something happened. And I was like, I like me a lot. I like my skin tone a lot. I just got more confident and I like my features. There was a time where I hated how I smiled because like one of my teeth is longer than my front teeth is longer than the other. And I just couldn't smile to my head. Like I remember practicing in the mirror how to smile. I couldn't do it. Like right now, this has been practiced many times, that I used to try to smile like this, that my jaw it's not shaped like that. So how you look and then how you perceive how you look tied to your happiness. So look at yourself as if you are a work of art, because you are, and look at yourself positively. You start really small. You start with your eyes. Like I like the way your eyes look. I like how they're slightly slanted. I like the color. I used to not like the color of my eyes because I was like, they're too dark. Like you can't tell I have an eye color. Like girl, kids are dying. Please shut up. Like kids are dying. No, but at the time it was like the end of the world. It was the end of the world. Find what you like about how you look. It is very important, and don't let anyone talk you into thinking it's not important. It is extremely important. Now there is nary a surface I pass over that I don't be checking back at myself like, you look good, looking good, looking amazing. I've been on body dysmorphia. Or whatever that phenomena is. In my head, I've lost over 100 something pounds, but like in my head, I don't think I never thought I was that. I was like, listen, like I don't know why you're all making a big deal out of how much I've changed, because I've always been the one, not the two. Like I haven't changed that much. That's the mindset that I've just always seen myself a certain way. As you see yourself, so shall you be. So some could call it, I did that. I committed to the bit so hard that I became the bit, and I'm right here doing the same thing. I love this YouTube channel. I love talking to you guys every single week. I love showing up. I love editing videos. I love giving advice. I love talking about God. I love talking about Christ. I love talking about mindset, and I love talking about becoming the best version of yourself. And the millions of other girls who love it will soon find us, and we will be a big happy family on paper, because we are already that family in the spirit. No one can tell me differently. You can't, because it's simply not true. Anything contrary is simply not true. Do you see how deeply I've committed to the bit? And it's just my personality. It's what God put in me. So I'm trying to put that same mind that is in Christ Jesus in you, because God can't put in me what he he doesn't already have about me. And because you're watching this, some part of this he has about you, and he wants you to have that consciousness so that it can manifest outwardly. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how it works? We talked about looks. We talked about how you treat yourself. Very, 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 very important. How you treat yourself just comes down to like how you speak to yourself, and then how you speak to yourself verbally and non-verbally. So your body speaks to you through signals of like, I'm hungry, I'm not hungry, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm this. Your body speaks to you. You speak to your body. You speak to your mind. You speak to your thoughts. You speak to your emotions. You're either ignoring them, you're either pushing them off to the side. Imagine if you ignored your thoughts, ignored your emotions, ignored all of these things. Just as you imagine if you ignored your body when it told you you were hungry, or you ignored skinny, or or you ignored your let's say you needed to sleep, and you kept ignoring the fact that you needed to sleep. That's what it's like when you ignore your thoughts and you ignore your emotions and you ignore your feelings towards things. You have to attend to those things. I didn't say bow down to them and worship them and call them God. Attend to them. Know their place. Let them know their place. Sometimes you're really tired, but you have an assignment to finish. You're not going to go to sleep because you're really tired. You tell your body, hold on a second, I have to finish this. You tell your emotions, hold on a second, God has to finish this. Like, just put off your melodramatic reaction for a second while God finishes this. Just wait and see. It's called speaking to your soul. Daniel did it. David did it. Everyone did it. Speak to yourself. Speak to yourself from outside of yourself, because you are bigger than who you are. You're bigger than your body. Focus on things that are going to improve you, whether it's reading a book, watching a video. You have YouTube at your disposal. Do you know that there has never been a time in history like the time that we're living in now? Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? I hope you know that, because there has never been a time where you can go on YouTube in history where you can go and learn everything you need to learn to take an MCAT without going to medical school, and take the MCAT, pass it, and be able to do what you're doing. Like, it's just an unprecedented time. And then on top of that, we have like AI and stuff. Girl, get so for real. Get so for real. Get so for real. Get so for real. Put the focus back on you. Okay, the focus needs to be on you. You cannot. I heard someone say once, like, you have to be about you, because if you're not about you, no one will be about you. It's an energetic thing. It's just a law. It's just the truth. You have to think you are the most beautiful, amazing, most attractive, most like energetic, charismatic, magnetic girl that there is, confident woman around, for people that think the same. Just like you have to think you're attractive for other people to think you're attractive. You see what I mean? If you don't want you, no one wants you. If you don't want what you have, nothing wants what you have. That's why you have to honor the gifts that God has given you, because he's given them to you, not just for you, but for others. But in serving others, you serve yourself. So it's like a self-fulfilling, God is very intentional. Focus back on you, because each day you're supposed to get better. You're not supposed to get worse. If you're getting better every day, you only know you're getting better every day because the focus is on yourself, not on anybody else, not on anything else, not on the news, not on whatever is happening in the Oval Office. You have to commit to the bit so hard that you have no choice but to be that which you are committed to. You have to commit to the bit of beauty. You can change how you look, by the way. It's about perception. I got microblading a while ago, so I knew that like my face looks higher up if my brow is like higher up. So there's one brow that's like slightly slanted up, and so it just opens up my whole face. Commit to the bit. Commit to you. Life is either a grand adventure or nothing at all. That's all it is. Two things. It can be one of two things. Grand adventure, nothing at all. Grand adventure, nothing at all. Nothing else, nothing less. You have one life, and it's worth an attempt. It's worth an attempt. Like, why not, girl? What else are you doing? We're about to be all up in the house all winter. You're worth an attempt. Like, let's just try for once to not go into the new year with the same level of goals that we had before. Let's just try for once to go into the new year holding the finished products of the last year. Let's just try for once to feel like we are making progress and we're not holding ourselves back. Because if you are constantly blaming outside circumstances, your environment, for where you are in life, you will forever do that, because you are put yourself in a position that is verbally, non-verbally actually saying that my outside circumstances determine my inside circumstances, determine my life, and so they're to blame for what is happening. What do you think is going to perpetuate what you're focused on? Nothing outside of you is responsible for anything happening inside of you. Everything inside of you determines everything that you see outside of you. You are the single driving force, and the way that you see the world differently is you change your identity. You change how you see you. Like I said with the looks and the how you treat you depends on how you see yourself. Depends on your identity. If you take the mindset that I just created through the consciousness of a set of new ideas that I just presented to you, and you let it sit and you let it marinate, the identity identity that's going to be revealed in you, emerge through you, start to take shape, start to take picture, that's going to draw you to Pinterest to start putting together your little board for 2026 prematurely, or like regularly, the opposite of prematurely, on time. If you let that version of you come out, if you let that identity be your main identity, you know how you have a different personality with everybody? You have a different identity with all the versions of you. So if you let your main identity change and you focus on that main identity and you commit to the bit, you commit to that main identity's life, and you stop letting the side character play the main character, girl, I'll see you at the Met Gala. I'll see you on the other side of glory. I'll see you where Paul was talking about, I press toward the mark of the high calling of Jesus Christ. That's it. That's all. Because Jesus could have let his carpenter identity take front stage. Jesus could have let the identity of a carpenter take the stage. He could have let the identity of the child of Mary take center stage when he was 12 in the synagogue. He could have let all of those identities become his main identity. But when he found the real identity of himself in God, who he was in scripture, the Son of God, unto us a child is born, unto us a child is born, a child will be born, a child is born, a son is given, something like that. The government will sit on his shoulders. He will be called marvelous. He will be called this. He will be called God himself. When he found that, just like when you find the truth of who God said you are and you make that your main identity, girl, ain't no stopping you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'll see you next week. Mwah. I love ya. Me and my curly hair love you so much.